to
Mr. Dawkins.
Mr.
Thank you
Dodd.
very much. This does, as the name suggests, basically present the question of, can this Congress afford to hand out another bonus? This Congress, the House, has already approved $310 billion in unpaid business tax breaks where we'll borrow from the Chinese or someone else to pay for them. And today we have the question of whether we should add to that another $300 billion. This particular provision is one that has been considered on a temporary basis in the past. It changes the standard accounting principle that when a business buys a machine tool or a truck, you spread out the cost of that over the useful life of the capital asset. And it changes that with the hope that if there's an incentive, the business will buy it quickly during an economic downturn. The only problem with that is it doesn't work except in political speeches. Mark Zandi of Moody's says that for every dollar we spent in the last economic downturn, we got 20 cents back. If we were talking about a direct investment program, a direct expenditure program where you got 20 cents for a dollar spent, why, that would be one of those line items in the budget that we always claim is there that Republicans will eliminate, called waste and inefficiency. This is that line. Goldman Sachs wrote earlier this year that the absence of extending this credit didn't have any significant effect. The Federal Reserve reached the same conclusion. I know it works well in speeches. The ancient alchemists thought that they could change straw into gold, and that's what's proposed here. It's just not fact-based, and of course in Congress everyone's entitled to their own facts. They're only interested in evidence-based conclusions when the evidence works your way. Well, the evidence doesn't work your way at this time. I'm for a pro-growth, pro-job creation tax code and governmental policy. And that's one that would focus on the competitiveness of our workforce, on investing in our students, in our schools. It's one that would encourage a competitive transportation system so that we can get our goods to market. And the folks that are advocating this proposal, which the chairman, by the way, only about a month ago, just like the Twinkie subsidy that got approved this morning, he rejected it and called for the repeal of the entire bonus depreciation provision on page 52 of his summary of his bill. But that provision is one that we have to balance against other ways to make our workforce competitive. And our tax code can be used to make our workforce competitive. I support the American Opportunity Tax Credit extension to give our young people more opportunity in higher education. From early childhood to post-grad, we need to be doing more to make our workforce competitive. What we don't need to do is to waste money on tax benefits that don't work, that don't generate jobs, that don't accomplish their purpose, and breaks that are accomplished with borrowing billions and billions of dollars at a time that we're told that we simply cannot afford to invest in our children, protect our seniors in retirement, meet the transportation needs of our country. It is a question of how we do that, how we assure the competitiveness of the United States, and using broken tax provisions won't do it.